Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavagai Tejasvinavati Tamastu Mavidvishavagai Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste. So, we are talking about window and mirror, and I am sure that all of you are reflecting on this word and also trying to understand what is the purpose of this particular window and mirror. Today, we want to discuss about the law of life. The last year class, we said, equation of life. Here, there is one thing called a law, different from the equation. Now, if you go through this slide, input leads to process, then leads to output. Similarly, any information, by going through the discrimination, it leads to transformation. Even a man who is born, he has to go through the life, either miserable life or quality of life, and then go to the death, lead to the death. Now, what is the purpose of this particular slide? The law of life. See, all of us know that once you are born, you have to die. See, we know about the date of birth, but we don't know the date of the death. So, between the death, birth, so what is it you are going to do? This is what going to be define your life. Whether you can make it as a miserable life or quality of life depends upon the capacity for you to discriminate. So this is where you have to understand. So let me take the first one, the input and the output, in between the process. To make it clear, by giving an example. Suppose there are three people, I am giving them 10 lakhs, each one of them, and tell them to do whatever they want, and then report to me, say after 5 years. Now, the first person A, he makes this 10 lakhs to 10 crores. The next person B, he makes this 10 lakhs into 55 lakhs. The other person, the C, with the 10 lakhs, he has got a debt of nearly 10 lakhs. That means minus 10 lakhs. Now, please understand, the input is same. The A, B, C, I have given the same amount. And I also gave the same time to get back only after 5 years. Now, the first person is able to make a fortune. The other person is able to manage. The other person really messed up the whole thing also. Now, what is the understanding about this particular one? Right? So, this is where we have to understand, any activity that you are going to do it, you have to understand about the process, which we already discussed. The process makes all the difference. The person who keeps on looking only for the results will not be able to achieve. And even if you achieve, it will be a fluke or a luck. But if you want a consistent effort to get the results, that means you have to believe in the process. There is no other way at all. If you ask me, is there any other way? No. This is the only way. So this is where I keep on talking about the standard operating procedure, standard operating process. This is what we keep on talking about it. So this is the input to the output, depends upon the process. Similarly here, any information, suppose I am able to get or you are able to get it. How are you doing with it? What do you do with the information? It all depends upon the way in which you are able to look at the information. There are some people who are able to go to the depth of the information, convert it into the knowledge, convert it into the wisdom, and they are able to see the opportunity so that you will be able to transform this information to a greater height. I told you in my own case, when I know about this at the age of 9, I got only the information. What I told you, மனதில் உறுதி வேண்டும், வாக்கினிலே இனிவு வேண்டும், நினைவில் நழுவ வேண்டும், நிறைய பொருள் கைப்பட வேண்டும். See, now I know this particular information. So many of my friends or classmates also know about this. But it ignites my mind. I know it is a powerful. Then I keep on starting, thinking about it. So how can I use it? How can I use it? I can give a simple example about one person called Ratnakar. You may not know it. So he was a robber. And he used to rob things from the people also. To make it very short, the sage Narada was there in the forest. Then he robbed him. Then Narada explained to him that robbing and cheating is very bad and it will incur papa. Papa means the sin. Then Ratnakar said, nothing doing. So I have to take care of my family. I have no other profession except doing this. So I have to take care of my family. Then Narada told Ratnakar, he said, why don't you go and check with your parents whether they will share the papa, inasmuch you are sharing the distribution of the wealth. Then he said, okay, he went to the house and then checked with their parents, checked with their wife and all other people. They said, can you share this papa, what I am acquiring because of this particular one? To his surprise, all of them said, your job is to feed us and you have to take care of the papa to yourself. So we will not share. Then he came back and then he told to Narada. He said, look, I never thought about this particular one. They are not able to share my papa. But whereas they are able to share the wealth or the loot. Then this particular information then made him to think. Then he asked to Narada. He said, is there any remedy for me? So I know I am doing it for so many years, so many decades. Now what is it I can do? This particular information made him a transformation. Then Narada told him to have a japa and the Rama japa. The same Ratnakar, with this kind of information, he was transformed as the Valmiki who wrote the Ramayana. So this is what I am trying to say. The information can transform to the higher heights by contemplating and discriminating. This is the information to the transformation. Now, with all this information, what is it we are going to do on this? The life is very, very simple, as I told you, and we are always trying to complicate. Now we know once you are born, you are going to die. Now, how I can really enhance my quality of life? For that, you are able to recall whatever they have been learning, that any information you must make it as a transformation by contemplation. So you may know, you may have so many information. Not that you don't have it, you have it, but you have to have a kind of a introspection so that yes, this exactly I want. Ultimately, the bottom line of the life is the happiness. That means between the birth and the death is a kind of a sojourn. When it says sojourn, a number of years. And how can you use this particular years so that you will be able to achieve the maximum happiness? When I say happiness, not the Vishayananda, not only getting the other thing also, but actually we always try to be happy. You please think, contemplate, reflect, and you can do it. So I am just giving away a kind of a seed for you. I am just giving a seed, and you have to make it as a tree. You can do it. You are capable of doing it. Take care. All the best. ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति